Welcome. Welcome everyone, thank you. Thanks. Hello. Hi, welcome. Hello everyone, as I'm sure you are well aware, today we are announcing the brand new application, Study Buddies. Yes, I know we're all excited. So, Study Buddies was created by myself, Kyle Smith, Cameron Keith, Anthony Kinsey, Paul Lovesey, and Nick Upham. So as we all know, every great invention has to start with a terrible problem. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is a terrible problem happening right now within major universities all around the world. The problem is that class sizes are getting so large, people are having a hard time connecting with their fellow classmates. It's a challenge when you're surrounded by a sea of faces and there's an overwhelming amount of students. You feel like you can't connect. There's a lack of shared information, a lack of group study time. Students choose to avoid major universities every year for smaller ones in hopes for a more intimate learning environment. Well, we as the creators of Study Buddies attempted to solve that problem. We had one mission, and that was to provide a virtual environment for classmates such as ourselves to discover other classmates by answering one simple question: where are my classmates? Because we, as the creator of Study Buddies, envision a world in which the academic society is not limited to the classroom or campus life. We believe that it should expand much farther than that, and that you should be able to find your classmates with relative ease. I know, you want me to cut to the chase. You want me to stop talking it up, and you want me to tell you what it does, what it looks like. So let me start by telling you this. Study Buddies is a mobile application. That means you can get on your iPad, your iPhone, your Android device, your tablet. And it is designed to unite students through a specific class that they share based on their proximity to one another. So let's break that down. That's a lot of words. So once you've signed up for Study Buddies, you'll enter in your class schedule, and then once you're in a location where other students with the same class that you have are studying, you will be notified through Study Buddy. So, students can simply toggle the switch next to their course and thus notify their classmates of their location. So it's not always on, you can't always be found if you've downloaded Study Buddies. It's safe in that way. But hold on, because it gets even better. So from a user end, it is so simple, almost too simple. All you need to do is download the app, you create an account. This includes the university name and your course list, and then you find your classmates. Let's hear it for that. Isn't that wonderful, ladies and gentlemen? I know. All right. Okay, so you've downloaded the app. You're in the library. You want to find people to study with. So what you do, you click that little button to the right of your course, and at that point, everyone around you within a certain proximity will be notified, and then they can then send you a message through the application. So when you're looking for classmates, if it's the other way around, and you want to see if there are people studying around you, it includes a map. Study Buddies will then notify you with a pin of the people around you that are studying for classes that you are enrolled in, and then you simply tap that pin location and you can then send them, your classmate, a message. So let's take a look at what this will look like. Here's our design guy spec'd up for us. We've got on the left here the courses that you are enrolled in, and then the toggle switch on the right, and then you'll notice at the top of the screen there is the map button, which will take you to the screenshot on the right, which then lists two classmates that are studying for the same course within your location. And you can see, just like it would be in Google Maps, the pin location of your classmates. So what happens when you click on one of those pinned locations? Let's take a look. So what you see here is a profile picture and name of the student that was pinned on your map. So here we have the example of Eli Whitney. His phone number is listed. You also have the option to send a message through the application. Now the phone is not always listed. That is a privacy setting that is available to the user in the case that you do not want to share your phone number. So now that we've seen a general overview of what Study Buddies can do, let's take a look at some of the important features that would be listed along with the application within some kind of marketplace such as the Google Play Store or the App Store for iPhone. So something important would be to identify, share, message, and collaborate with fellow classmates within your area. That's something that we just went over. There's also the messaging platform within the application that sends messages over the data network. So what this does is it can save users from overages within the text message charges. You can also set your status within the application, the availability. You can turn studying on and off as we saw. See what's happening nearby. See who's studying with you. If you see a cluster of pins on your map, that means that there's some kind of study group happening. You can approach that group. You can also share documents through the application. Sign in using the Facebook you created so that you don't have to worry about entering in a profile picture, updating your information, your phone number. It's all synced with Facebook. You can browse, join, RSVP for study groups straight from the palm of your hand with this application. You can also get directions. Since the map is connected through Google Maps, it's just the same as if you were routing to an address as it is for routing to a study group. So what sets this application apart from the applications available on the market today? Currently, one of the applications used to create study groups is Facebook groups. So what students have to do in order to create a successful group within Facebook is create a group with the name of the course that they are taking along with the university that the course is hosted at. This is all done in the hopes that students will be able to find the group, then join the group, and then communicate through the group message in order to be able to meet with that group. So just from me explaining all this, it's very clear that Facebook groups are inefficient. You can't do a study group as quickly as you can with Study Buddies. There's a lot of processes of adding friends. You have to be able to find the group amongst the thousands available within different universities on Facebook. With Study Buddies, it's fast, efficient. You only see the people that are within your university, within your course, and it also adds the ability to view their location when they are studying. Now, if I was looking to invest into a company, I would want to know that the market trends are pointing towards that decision. Well, let me tell you folks, it has never been clearer. Within 2013, by the end of this year, it is estimated that $29.5 billion in app revenue will be sold. The market is exploding. Look at this trend. It's exponential. If there's any time to invest in a mobile application, now is the time. And our financial projections agree. As you can see from this chart, within year 5, we will not only have made up for all of our initial startup costs, but we will also be within the revenue of tens of millions of dollars, all from this simple little app, Study Buddies. But we understand that it's a hard decision to invest in a company. You want to know where the money is going within those initial startup costs. How can we promise delivery? What is this money being spent on? Why is there this huge peak in the graph within year 4? Don't worry, all of those questions will be answered. Let me explain this to you. So where are those startup costs going? Now, not to insult your knowledge as an investor, but just to point out the obvious, our startup costs are relatively low compared to the average company that is getting started. And the reason for that is that this is a purely software-based company. There are no materials that are going in. So what we are spending those finances on is software and advertisements. The reason why we need to put so much money into software is because we need people who are there to update Study Buddies when it needs updating, to better the user interface if ever we get feedback. Inevitably, there will be bugs, and if we have a software development team, we'll fix it. It is a valid and good use of money. So here we go, advertisements. Obviously, we need to spread the word about Study Buddies. So what we're going to be doing is Google Ads. There's also a fee for putting advertisements within Study Buddies. It's a little bit confusing, I understand, and while it is small, that also adds to our initial startup costs. So how are we going to return your investment? Well, there are two main ways that we are going to do so, one of which is advertisements. So, as you know, with most mobile applications, the revenue does not start initially. What we are going to do is we are going to release Study Buddies ad-free to spread the word so that people become interested. Lots of people are downloading the application without the need for any kind of advertisements for a start. Then, once the application gains more speed, we'll be adding in advertisements along with a 99-cent ad-free version for those who would prefer so. These will be the two main sources of revenue. So now relating to that peak you saw earlier in the graph, this can be explained by a broadened market. On the 4th year, we'll be releasing Study Buddies nationwide once it's gained speed within Arizona and the popularity has grown, thus explaining the explosion in revenue that you can have a part of if you invest today. There it is, folks. You've seen what Study Buddies can do. You've seen what the market promises. You've seen the financial projections for how well this application will take off in a short amount of 4 years. Thank you so much for joining me for this presentation. And while there are very clear reasons for you to benefit from investing in Study Buddies, I think there is an even more powerful reason to do so. And that is to improve the lives of university students all around the world. Thank you.